Yes. We ready, people. We are ready. It's that time. We back at it. It's Tuesday. Let's do a mic check. Let's do a mic check. That time. Yep. Mic check is good. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? I know y'all expecting to see me at different time. Shout out to the Ladybirds. They would not be going on. I'll be taking a slot to go ahead, hold it down for them at the 8:05 spot. This is your boy, the Lochness with the Lochness Podcast. For those that don't know, let's go ahead and see who's already in here. Smooth 78. Sup, AFN. What's happening? Got the AFN showing on my chest. You know what I'm saying? D Coleman, what's happening? What's happening? I don't want to take too much of your time. I always say that, but it never fails as I get to moving and talking and grooving and doing my thing. That's when the time just goes by very quickly. So we got Prince Kale, what's happening? Johnson, what's happening? Pamela Johnson, what's happening? Auntie. Hey, man, Pam, I think did we get that Georgia Tech guy that you were talking about? That old lineman? Did we get that person you were talking about? Pam was talking about a Georgia Tech old lineman that she said she liked. I think we scooped him up too. If I'm not mistaken, Williams. Please confirm that. But let's go ahead and get this thing started. We lit, we live, we out here. You are joining the show right now. I am the Lochness from the Lochness Podcast. This is Tuesdays. Let's talk about it at an earlier scheduled time. Today, what we will be talking about was the Atlanta Falcons 2025 draft. The best draft ever. Was it the best draft ever? Everywhere. Yeah, see? Miss Pam was like, man, we need that old line. I like him. Now she talked to her. I like him. I was like, okay. I see you, okay. And then I guess what? I guess you made that call to Fontenot. Fontenot said, I like him too. Get him. T. Terry, what's happening? He said Carson Vincent. Oh, yeah. The other guy. He said the best in a minute. D. Coleman said this was the best in a minute. Red and black. All I see is red right now with my shades on. Everything right now with these shades on is red. That's why I like these shades. I don't see nothing but red. I don't see nothing but red. So shout out to everybody that's already here from the Lady Committee, man. That's D. Coleman, Prince Johnson, Ms. Pam, Auntie, Bobby Boy's on Tree. What's happening? Terry, what's happening? You feel me? Like I said, for those who haven't followed me on the Lochness Podcast on YouTube, that is the Lochness Podcast on YouTube, not just on AFN. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go to my individual page and sub to my channel. Help me get to 250. Like I said, I got some signed memorabilia that I probably toss to someone or someone's. I got a whole bunch of stuff. And then if I get the 500, I might just go ahead and give one of my loyal constituents, one of my loyal peoples out there that's rocking with your boy the Lochness. Give me the 500 subs. Give me the 500 subs. I might just go ahead and get you a Falcons jersey of your choice. Um, I know you're gonna probably want that Jalen Walker. That Jalen Walker's going like hotcakes right now. You know you want that Jalen Walker. He going like hotcakes right now. LA Rams, what's happening, everyone? Thank you, LA Rams. Let's give a shout out to LA Rams for tossing up that draft pick. Let us get back in round one to go ahead and secure another guy that a lot of people is feeling it very, very questionable. And I do have a gentleman join now. What's happening?
Yo,
What's happening?
I am here. How you doing, Ty?
I
The
I
Lochness.
I'm fine. I am good. I feel great. After what I've just witnessed, and this is I wanted to one of the things what I wanted to talk about the undrafted category of guys we got today, which was crazy. I like some of the people that we got. I was like, dang, they didn't get picked up. That's crazy. So I
Right.
want I wanted people to understand that we only had 5 draft picks, man.
Hmm.
We only had 5, and we went to work. Well, Fudno went to work. Scouting team went to work. I don't know how much influence Raheem Morris had on it, but he went to work. GA Texas boys, Gax boy said, "What's happening, Blackberry?" Prince
So
Kells,
which?
T. Terry said, "Kobe is a beast at CB." See, he's a little undersized, but what people don't understand about being undersized, it would be different if he was fat as hell. You know what I'm saying? Overweight. He can build that up during the out like training camp, all that stuff. Put on, you know what I'm saying? He's a lean guy who like I said was a ball hawk, but he gets to it. So I believe from my knowledge and my expertise of studying the game, um, the way I'm gonna use one of Blackberry's terms, I ascertain that our defense is going to be an opportunistic type style defense when we're going to be taking chances on trying to get them ints,
Hmm.
them boys that gonna go after it, and not only on defense. I mean, you know what's funny about this draft? I talked about us drafting a running back first. I mean, wide receiver first, and then we end up dropping a wide receiver. We just flipped it. We got the wide receiver last. That's correct. Then we got the wide receiver last.
I'm talking about in the
Yeah,
undrafted pool. Yeah.
yeah. Mhm. I think, man, we if all of these guys just just think about it like this. And I hate what we on it. I don't want to keep bringing this up, but I'm gonna bring it up. You think about the production that we didn't get from Grady Jarrett. Do you honestly believe Jalen Walker or Pierce would not get the same production collectively that Grady Jarrett was giving us?
Mm.
So we just got 2 impactful guys on the line that can, because you never seen Grady Jarrett drop back and be a linebacker. Just saying. And then and they also played on the line, putting their hand in the dirt. So do you believe that these 2 guys, just those 2 guys, not anybody else, don't worry about nobody else. Do those 2 guys, and then those 2 guys, they could be on the field at the same time.
Hmm.
They could be on the field at the same time. Grady wasn't a versatile guy to a point where he could be in the linebacker core. So that's what we mean. That's what we were talking about, getting his same production with other guys that don't cost as much. They don't. I mean, no, when they number one draft pick, so they gonna cost something later on. But we got like 4 years to decide that. We got like 4 years, or maybe they ball out in 2 or 3, and then we ain't gotta worry about all that. Larry said, "What's happening, home team?"
What's up with you, Larry?
They
What's up,
got
chat? What's up, everybody in the chat?
they all got picked up in the 8th round, according to Terry Fontenot. Facts.
Yeah, 11 undrafted signed free agents.
How about to say
Um,
next week for that signing? Yeah,
it's a. Can you mind if I go down that list of people? Or that?
no, man, you can go down. You can go down. You can go down. You can go down that list. You can go down. I got the list right here, but go ahead. In
Oh
my
no,
BlackBerry, but go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let let them know. Go ahead. I
yeah,
don't
I'm a,
at all.
I'm gonna call out the names
The
that
notable mentions.
uh
The notable mentions.
the notable mentions that should have went drafted
Mm-hmm.
but fell to the undrafted pool. First is Kobe Bryant. You went over him already out of Kansas.
Yep.
Uh, he's listed as 6 foot, about 180.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so he has some length.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that work out for him. Then there's Joshua Gray, offensive lineman out of Oregon State.
I was
Um,
so yeah. I was like, wow. I thought he was gone because after we picked, bro, I wasn't even interested in what nobody else did. I can tell you. I can tell you that right now. I wanted to
I
see
don't.
what we did.
Yeah,
Yeah, after, but some of the names, I was just like, bro, dude didn't get picked up. Go ahead.
yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know. I don't know how Joshua Gray didn't get picked up. He should have. He was a guy that could have went like fifth round. He could have went
5th round,
probably
auto.
no later than the sixth, but he
Mm-hmm.
was expected to go like the fifth. Um,
What
who
about
else on
Kobe? What
here?
about Kobe? Kobe. What?
Kobe Bryant.
He was like a third, four, 3, 4.
I I can't remember his projection, but I want to say he was definitely expected to go somewhere around like the fourth or the fifth. Kobe Bryant. He was expected to go somewhere like the fourth or the fifth.
Yeah. Okay.
Nick Nash, wide receiver out of San Jose State.
Yeah, that
A
was
guy
crazy.
that
That
guy
was
that
crazy.
I covered quite a bit in the off season. 6'2", 203, big receiver.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Reminds you a lot of Drake London in a way with his style of play.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite as big as Drake, but he plays big. This guy he got a good vertical. Uh, he got a little speed on him. I think he ran a 4.5. Not crazy fast, but he got that sneaky speed that you fuck around and take your eyes off of him for too
Get
long. He can
lost.
get
Yeah,
behind you.
get lost in the defense in the secondary. I got
Right. So Nick Nash, he was expected to go somewhere around about the sixth or fifth or sixth round. Ended up falling to the undrafted pool. Interesting enough, this dude out of South Carolina, Joshua Simon, tight end.
you.
I thought he would be one of the tight ends that went somewhere mid draft around the fourth round. He
Mm-hmm.
ended up falling to the undrafted pool.
Jacob Black.
And Malik Verdon, linebacker out of Iowa State.
Mm. Mm.
I thought he'd go in the draft. Ended up falling all the way to the eighth. So you got Jordan Williams, offensive tackle, 6'5" out of Georgia Tech. That's the guy that you and Miss Pam was just going over.
Mm-hmm.
Nathan Carter, running back out of Michigan State,
Yeah, he was decent.
5'10",
He was
200
decent.
pounds.
He was decent. Very low center of gravity, but dude was moving. I looked at his highlights. I was like, oh,
Yeah, he a little pocket hamster, man.
yeah. He remind me of he was. it looks as if we getting people that if the main person ain't out on the field, we have a good substitute. You know what I'm saying? If they earn their reps, like I can see Bijan taking a couple of rest periods, saying if Algiers not here, and somebody like him, or maybe Washington, or somebody that would get some more reps, because he like small, so he can get behind people. Go ahead.
Right. And Simeon Barrow Jr.,
Okay.
defensive lineman out of Miami. I ain't seen a whole lot of tape on this dude. I know some of our contemporaries say he's a beast. Um, so I gotta go do some homework on him. I seen some of his highlights. Highlights look good, but everybody highlights look good. I gotta go watch some game tape on him. And last but not least, Quincy Skinner Jr., wide receiver out of Vanderbilt, 6'1", 204 pounds.
Yeah, he was decent too. I looked at his highlights. I was like, okay, okay.
Oh, I forgot one. Nick Kibitz. Kibitz. I don't know how the fuck you
Yeah,
say his name. Nick Kibitz, linebacker out of North Dakota State, 6'2", 224. So those are your signed
yeah,
undrafted free agents.
yeah. I would like to go back up to the tight end,
Hmm.
and these are the things that they were saying. Like they talked about, in the chat how he's an excellent blocker. He's a stud tight end. He's one of those guys that they're considering. And who this reminds you of when they say he's a matchup nightmare at tight end. So it's like this here. If saying we don't keep a Kyle Pitts,
Hmm.
we have a guy that's right here that's an equivalent of a Kyle Pitts. He might not be Kyle Pitts, but a matchup nightmare to people. I think that's what they were saying about Kyle Pitts. That's another guy who was a sleeper to me. I was like, damn, did nobody pick him up? It's like some of the people, like Kobe. I knew about Kobe, and I knew about Nick Nash. And Nick Nash,
Hmm.
like you said, he reminds me, after looking at his play as well, of a Drake London.
Hmm.
So does the tight end. He looked like a Kyle Pitts type. Even the little running back we got, it reminded me a little bit of Bijan. Like I'm like, okay, they getting people that if somebody's sitting out, our offense or defense is not missing a beat. You're not gonna have an issue with our defense. And shout out to them almost doing exactly what I said they was gonna do, is draft nothing but defense. I said if they drafted nothing but defense, I wouldn't be mad. And
Hmm.
they drafted nothing but defense, but then like our O lineman, which I can't be mad about it, because it was like, okay, because when they moved up, it just made sense to me that you get two of the top best rushing guys out, like best guys that apply pressure. A lot of people don't like Pierce. It's almost like they don't like us getting Pierce because, they thought it was kind of silly of us to do that move, because I think they don't want us to do stuff that makes sense for our team. They want us to be like one of them teams, like the Saints picking a quarterback who's throwing it to the ground or something. They want us to be that team, or
Right.
look like how some of the other teams are looking. But I think they just don't want to. They don't want to give us our. They don't want to give us our flowers. Let's just be honest about that. They don't want to give us our flowers, man. Because I can tell you, out of the draft what we had, they said I looked at the thing. It said the Arizona Cardinals had, like, by the people in value of what they got, especially in the undrafted category. Carolina, I keep on saying Carolina. Arizona Cardinals had a decent pickup, and then us. What's happening? Is that man Mike, sir?
Whoa! Ski.
What's
That was
happening?
grand enough for you? Was that grand enough for y'all?
It was grand.
It was
It
grand.
was,
All right,
it was grand.
that was a
What-
grand opening.
yes, sir.
All right, good enough.
How you feel about our undrafted free agents we signed?
Kind of disappointed. Nah, I'm just playing. I thought it was.
I know. I was like, what? Please explain that.
Nah, I wasn't disappointed.
Happened, Will.
I'll say this. The draft, it went where we thought it. Well, I wouldn't say thought, but the draft went where we hope it would go, but we still see that they didn't neglect the offensive side of the ball. It's like clearly they didn't, especially with guys like Nick Nash, Joshua Gray, Nelson, the big tight end Simon from that big tight end, kind of body structure almost exactly like Kyle Pitts. So it just tells me that they know the type of player that they want, and that's always a good thing because most organizations have no clue the type of players, and they just be picking up a bunch of experimental guys. But clearly, they have a type of player that they're looking for, and that's always good.
Okay. Which one of the undrafted ones that you felt like was like, oh yeah, I'm glad we got him. Which one of them players? Which one, 2 or 3 that you was excited to see that we had got?
Well, I'm a quarterback, so I look. I love to see my quarterback with weapons. There's nothing against defense, because the quarterback that is very good don't give a shit about no damn defense. So, for me, as a quarterback, I want as many weapons as I possibly can. And a guy like Nash, a guy like Simon, like that, those are big. But I think the biggest thing that a lot of people are not paying a lot attention to is that Nelson kid. That dude can play every position along that line, and that right there is a quarterback's best friend. Not only weapons, but his best friend is his offensive line, his protectors. And everybody need their protector. Everybody need their security around them. So I like Nelson. I love the fact they picked up a guy that can play every position: left tackle, left guard, center, right guard, right tackle. This dude can play all 5 positions.
That big Wisconsin guy, Badgers.
The big Wisconsin.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What you got, Blackberry? Do you have anybody that you was like stoked about that you seen that we had picked up, like any undrafted person? But like once I was stoked when we drafted Xavier Watts. That was crazy too. I was just like, what? Like he wasn't gone. I was like, that was crazy. I was like, man, it was a lot of people. This draft was crazy. I was just like, especially when we got Jalen Walker, because like I said, man, it was crazy for them. It's a lot of people to drop. And you know what they were saying about Jalen Walker? They were saying that his he wasn't putting it all like down the field, his attitude, stuff like that. Like I was like, bro, whatever. That could be coached up. He's a young guy. He's a young guy. He can be coached up. So who do you have?
Terry put his nuts on the table on this draft. Like everybody was talking about firing him. Like that man, look, I'm Mandingo, bitch. Look, y'all gonna see my nuts this time. He put his nuts on the table in this draft. Everybody said what he could not do. Everybody said he didn't do this. This man went out and got him.
You was out here all day.
No, I wasn't out here all day. But like everybody told me, everybody said, that's my nephew, y'all. Excuse me. But he he loves to ask me questions when he know I'm going live when I'm
I
live doing
thought,
the show.
I honestly thought that was just like a button that you press when he said Terry Funner was out. You was out here all day, like Terry Funner was out there all day with his nuts on the table.
Come here, Bray. Come here. Come here. Tell Ty, tell Ty Black. Say, what's going on, fella?
What's going on, sir?
What's going on, big dog?
You doing good? Tell me you doing good.
I'm doing good.
He gonna be a football player like his dad. His dad played football with Aaron Murray and all that. So his dad a football player too. So we got another one in the family that playing football along with my 14-year-old, 15-year-old nephew.
All right,
You got to get him out of trouble though. He like to be in the streets. So I got to talk to him about that. But yeah, we got two of them already in the family that's about to be football players.
Hey, that's what's happening. Sheesh. All right. He said, "What's good? What's good?" So who you got, Blackberry? Who you got? Like who you got? Which one of these people, these notable mentions, like who you felt like, man, you was ecstatic
Well, of
about?
course, when I seen Kobe Bryant had fell to the undrafted pool, that was a shocker. Oh, I covered him extensively, Nick Nash extensively. Um, but as far as in the draft go, to see to see Bowman fall to where he fell to and Watts. Both of these guys were considered to be some of the top safeties in the draft. Uh, got the same characteristics, can play up at the line of scrimmage, can play on ball, can play off ball. The ability to track the ball that Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman possess, it's impressive. If you turn on the film and you see them being able to match, to run drags and digs with a lot of slot receivers and can be able to hang with running backs coming out the backfield. It's a special skill that safeties and slot corners got to be able to have. So when you see that these guys feel the way they feel and we was able to get them, man, it just lets me know that the identity of this team is going to be secondary driven. I can't wait to see the and I talked about this all off season long, man. How Terry was going to be aggressive in his draft. He always said it in so many words, and that Tuesday of the draft, he really lit the cat out the bag. Really, if you really pay attention and read between the lines. So I'm excited to see what training camp finna look like, man, with all these DBs and the uber talent that we got.
Yeah, like you said, Watts and Bowman kind of mirror each other, and then they also remind you of how Bates roll, how Bates be moving around. So it's like how Mike even said, like and how I even mentioned, like all the people we picked up, like I said, we have an archetype. We have a stereotypical type that, hey, okay, this person, like, oh, we like the way he is. We gotta find somebody. So, and I think they do that because they don't have to game plan. They don't really have to really change what they're doing. They just have to improve what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if I already got a guy that's like Drake London, when we running these plays, we could just switch it up or it'll be easy to try to make the transition more easier because we got the same typical type player in those said positions and those skill positions. So
and not just that, all of them, most of them was captains on their teams,
yeah.
and Xavier White. See, people forget he got experience playing in the playoffs. The top three picks all played in the playoffs in this past season. So you got to think about the experience they got playing at a high level, and then you got to think about the ability that they have and how all of them share the same characteristics. And it's really breathing what Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot are envisioning for this team to have as far as their identity goes with ball hawking ability, ball tracking ability, turning the ball over. That's the most important thing. And we're going to get a lot of multi-defensive looks to be able to do so. I can't wait. But I'm going to go ahead and hop on out. Appreciate you, Lock, for having me through, man. Y'all make sure to tap in, home team. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. So my first take is this. Stupid as stupid does. Stupid is as stupid does. And I'm pretty sure y'all already know what I'm talking about. I mean, we can't have nothing good going for us. It had to be something.
Oh man.
It had to be something.
Yeah.
It had to be something that come out, some scandal or something that had it. Could somebody was found in a tape. Somebody got some audio. You know, Jeff Ulbrich's son. Why? What's your thoughts on? What's y'all? I want to know the chat thoughts on this too. This man prank calling Shador. They said he was trying to prank call several people, and this man protected PPI, protected personal information is protected. That's illegal. And call this man and then pretend like you're an executive from another team or coach saying you need to wait a little bit longer, man. This man, it's like, what's the basis? How you feel about that, Mike?
Well, I don't think the act in itself is that big of a deal. We have people do prank calls and stuff all the time. Like the act in itself isn't that big of a deal, but it's the lack of awareness. Like not only was a guy like Shador in a state where he could have easily been like, just not in the mood for jokes. And then you come in and make a joke at the absolute worst possible time. We've seen quite a few times where, I mean, just like the LSU kid, like he was under a lot of pressure because of social media is concerned. You know what I'm saying? He ended up killing himself. Turn out, from what I understand, this kid was innocent and he took his life. So the lack of awareness, what Jax Ulbrich is just unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? It's just unbelievable. Like not only that, but like a situation where your dad literally just got um a new job, not with a new team, but he just got a new job. He in his first year back to try to prove himself, and you pull this shit, stealing, like you literally, like if it was any other job or situation, like you said, this is a federal offense. You know what I'm saying? This is a federal offense to have illegally take someone's number and call him. You can't do that. You can't do that anywhere. Like you do that at your job, go in your boss's office, even
Hell
if
yeah.
it is your father or whoever, somebody you know. You can't do that. That's a federal offense. You could go to jail for that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that he did that and just the lack of awareness, just stupid. It's just stupid. Like you could have got your dad fired, like Stephen A. Smith said. Like you could have gotten your dad fired if the Atlanta Falcons didn't believe him. But there's a trust that has been broken um, with he and his father, and he gonna have to deal with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Coach, is you there, or you want me to give
I'm
you
here.
time?
I'm here.
All right. So we talking about. You already know what we talking about, man. So what's your thoughts of old Forrest Gump over there? It's going into his dad tablet.
What they did wasn't right. Like Mike said, a prank call is not illegal.
Mm-mm.
The only part of this that's kind of illegal is, like Mike said, that he went in his dad thing and got some private information. True.
Right.
However, this ain't the first time a player's been prank called in the NFL draft before. It's not the first time, but because it's
Right.
Shador and he was falling, he was Alicia Keys a little bit. They're making a big deal about it. I hate to say that's what it is. Because he was falling. Because he was falling. It just went to another level because it was Shador.
Yeah.
So that's, I was like, okay, he got prank call. Damn. I thought it was funny. I ain't gonna lie to you.
The acting itself is not, like I said, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but like the lack of
think so either, right? But this is the funny part about it. All right, well, I'm gonna rephrase that funny part about it. When you see a 404 number, right? That's calling you. Think about this. And the team that's supposed to be calling you has a different area code.
Oh.
You know, I understand people can get area codes anywhere.
He was probably excited, man. He probably thought it was my time.
Not by Atlanta, he wasn't gonna be fucking.
So, I mean, yeah.
But you know, like I said, the act was wrong. You know, nobody deserved to be prank called. But it ain't the first time. People making it think it was the first time it has ever happened.
Muhammad Sanu said he was prank called too.
So, like I said, that's why I said it ain't the first time it happened. But because it was Shador, and everybody was feeling some kind of way because he was falling.
It's just more controversial.
It was overemphasized. So
yeah, more because it was almost like they were trying to blackball him. I would have been, if this dude would have went undrafted, that would have been crazy. I'm just being real. That would have been crazy.
And just to make a point about something about what we did last year. You see why we drafted a quarterback last year? You see what the hell we had to work with this year? Think about it, people.
People were trying to think that we was gonna tank just to get Shador. I said, for what? Even before Pennis, they were like, yeah, we should 2 more years. I said, 2 more years.
Yeah, why did Shiloh get pranked? No, I'm just saying.
Really, coach? That's so mad. Oh boy.
That would have been a better prank.
What's good, gentlemen?
What's happening? Will the Reaper? The thrill?
Yeah, exactly, D. Coleman. ISM was obtained. That's exactly right.
Yeah. I was. What's happening?
But can I say one more thing, Ty?
Yeah, of course. We chilling.
People saying that 21 ain't a kid. That's a lie.
Oh yeah.
It is. These kids' life was taken away from this COVID shit. They was all in the house stuck. They weren't grown. They was damn babies. They was kids then. So he technically he's only 18 technically, if you want to look at it, because of that situation.
Right.
You know, but you know, hey, it is another story, man. They apologize. It's over. Move on. Shadow wasn't upset. Well, he was a little upset, but he wasn't making a big deal like everybody else is. So,
look, and I'm not one to talk about whether or not a dude is a kid, because when I was that age, look,
tell me, Mike.
I was facing federal charges. All right, so I'm not one to sit up here and tell somebody about dumb stuff, doing dumb stuff, because I did plenty of dumb stuff.
At 21, shit.
Yeah, I was doing some dumb stuff at that time. I can promise you.
All right. So what you got to say? I'm gonna rewind a little bit. What you have to say about the undrafted?
Oh man, we got some gems in there.
Which players do you fancy?
We know Kobe's one. Kobe was one of my people I like.
Okay.
I watched a lot. I did a video on what's the damn wide receiver kid name?
Nick Nash.
Nick Nash.
Yeah, everybody.
And I like the D tackle from Miami. So those are 3 guys that I focus on a little bit. And I haven't went in more details about the other guys, but those are the 3 that I first noticed that I like from the
What about each one of these players that you like? Like what is it? Like if you can say, okay, this person is a ball hog. This person.
Well, Nick Nash.
Okay.
Nick Nash was a ball hog. He can go get it. I like him. He ain't the super fastest, but he's fast enough. He has faster game speed. How's that?
Okay.
Then what you look at the 40. And the only thing I hate about the guy, the D tackle. I ain't say I hate about it, but he's a little undersized for me. He's more like he's definitely a 3-tech, maybe that outside guy, but he's not a nose tackle. He's not big enough for the nose tackle. And Kobe, I just like Kobe, but Kobe played real well in that defensive backfield for Kansas. So him and his partner, who got drafted actually. So, but yeah, it's just those 3 guys, top guys, man.
A lot of people are saying Kobe was kind of a little undersized.
He's lean. Thin. He's pretty thin.
Yeah, a little lean. So I mean, but you can pack on. You know what I'm saying? You can.
Yeah, AJ was thin when he came out. What you talking about?
Man, any excuse to do, man, is what I say. What you got for me, Will?
I've tried to preach this online as well. I mean, I like Simeon Barrow a lot, and shout out to Simeon Senior, who I was trying to get a little chat with. So if you're listening, come on the show. The boy's looking good though. I mean, yeah, he may be a little undersized, 6'1", 283, but he plays with hustle and he plays with high motor. I've been keeping an eye on him since Michigan State, and he looks decent. Okay. To be fair, I think he's got a lot of motor and a lot of upside potentially for us if we can use him. Like Coach says, is that 3-tech, is that off guy? He's not got the size to be a true nose.
Okay. Let's see. What the chat thing? Let me see what the chat's talking about. You said how old was Ulbrich? I think he was 21.
Yeah, 21. He's 21.
He was 21.
I mean, legally he's of age and
he's
adult.
Of age, yeah.
Like that,
he ain't right.
That's still a kid as far as experience, and like I said, I did a lot of dumb stuff, and way worse than that. So I'm not gonna sit up here and say that was yeah, he knew better, but like those are childish pranks. You know what I'm saying? That could have gotten him in some legal trouble. It's like, yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah, and it's not for us to sit here with the gift of looking back at our more advanced age and looking down on a kid when we've all done some pretty stupid things. So I think he really needs to learn for this one. I think he's had his knuckles wrapped well and truly. But no, as I say, I'm not going to look down on him for it. I will look sideways at him, but I won't look twice.
He did tell me he had to wait a little bit.
Right. Somebody said, Mike, how you beat your case, man?
Somebody trying to say about Mike said, go ahead.
I got told I was a good kid and said, I better not see you doing this again. So, look, y'all say I'm a snitch. I know what you're trying to say. Look, I'm a snitch. I tell on all y'all motherfuckers out of jail. I don't know what y'all think. I'm not going there for man one.
You ain't taking my
he's the guy on the first 48 after you see them when they go to commercial.
Yes, I am. I'm telling on everybody. I done been around all my life. I done been around dope and a lot of gangsters all my life. Look, I know when to tell and when not to. Y'all not about to get me in there. Nope. I'm telling on everybody.
So the motto of the story is: if you did come in here trusting Mike, I'd leave that at the door.
Look, Sammy the Bull Gravano told, so why the hell I can't tell?
All right, the next take is what you see is what you get. And I say this is like, out of everything that we did, how do you feel about this draft being, because people are saying this has been like the best draft that we have had ever. And I think it's just because of, like Mike mentioned, how Terry Fontenot was making moves that no one was expecting him to make. Even with the little that we had, we still got, grand
5 hits, bro. We got 5 hits.
5 hits. 5 hits.
5.
So out of impressive. Besides the extra bull on the side, which was annoying, because like I said, they're making it about Shador and they hold the situation. So what y'all feel, basically, what you think our motivations was for what we did, like why we moved up, why we picked. I mean, I know why we picked Jalen. He was available. Shit. I mean, but like, what do you think after everything that we did? What can you feel? What can you say about our identity moving forward? Like, what is it that you can see them doing? Like a strategic mindset on why they made the decisions they made.
Well, I think you just said it there, Ty. He was available, and I think the guy they originally wanted at 15 was James Pierce. So when he was still on there at 20, 21, 22, they were like, no, we can't pass this up. I mean, what are we really giving up? A 7th round pick to move up? And we're first round for next year, and he's worth that. I think he'll definitely prove worthy of that. So I don't feel like we made much of a mistake, as much as the Mel Kipers of the world would tell you otherwise.
Oh yeah, definitely. They was whining about it. They're not giving Pierce Jr. his due. They're not saying. I'm like, but he was like a top 10 player on the defensive side. But like I said, I honestly believe they just don't want us to get these guys. They'll make any decision that we make to improve our team. They'll be like, man, they shouldn't have picked that. Why they got 2 edge rushers? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, what you think, Coach?
Well, people don't. To me, when I see stuff like this, notice whenever Atlanta does something good, it's always negative.
I'm telling you,
It's always every time.
And I always say it's always because of fear. Like last year when we drafted Penix. Oh, that's the wrong move. Fear. We got some dogs. This whole draft was dogs. I mean, I did the video last year talking about those little. Do we got walk riders? We got pit bulls? Do we got chihuahuas? Or do we got some little poodles or whatever?
I told you we got King Kunto.
They drafted 5 legitimate dogs that gonna bite you. You know what I'm saying? And they don't like that. They know the weakest. I'm gonna say the weakest part of this team coming into this season was the defense. We kind of nipped that in the butt this draft.
Right.
So now they were okay. So we can put this stuff together and just get that pressure. Just taking these guys off their feet instead of just coming in there and missing those tackles. Because we got 2 guys that are sure tackles also. So that's another thing we haven't said. Those 2 guys on the edge, those are sure tackles. And the guys we brought in the backfield, those sure tackles also. They probably got a little bit much work on, but Atlanta did, man. Terry did his thing, man. Mike said he gave them their nuts. He put in their mouth this time. That's what he did. He said, "Fuck y'all."
He said, "Tea bag.
You gonna take him or you gonna ignore it?"
Anybody want some tea from Terry? Yeah. Want some Terry tea? What you think, Mike? What you think the game plan was? Like, what you think they were strategically trying to do or sure up? Besides pressure, we know we needed pressure. We were like the worst, like the second to the last in pressure. Besides that, what you think? Like,
still talking to me?
Mike.
Okay.
Say it again, Ty.
Like, what you feel like the moves that we made and everything, the additions that we acquired, what you think was the mindset on what they was trying to strategically put together for what we had or what we didn't have? Like the people we picked, like what would you think their mindset could have been? Because a lot of people felt like we should have got other people. Like this whole Mike Green person. They wanted Mike Green instead of Jalen Walker.
I just think they're just interested in getting the best players available. Like if you look offensively, running backs wasn't guys out there that just stood out outside of Genty. Wide receiver, it really isn't a guy out there that you can say that's a Julio Jones type of prospect, Marvin Harrison Jr. type of prospect. There's nobody out there. Tight end, that's questionable in regards to how good these guys actually are. But defensively, look, man, Jalen Walker is one of the best defensive players in college football last year, and he has been for the past 2 years or so. James Pierce Jr. is one of those guys that you look up, and he's just a special athlete. He has that frame to be a Javon Curse, a Julius Peppers. He has that frame. He has the athleticism to go with it. So, like, you just look at him, man. It's like he has what these scouts dream of. They dream of guys that they dream of having guys like them. So I just think the Falcons are just saying, look, we look at getting the best player available, and I don't think offensively there was a guy out there that said, all right, this guy's gonna be a mega star. Just wasn't out there.
Right. And then, like I said, we doubled down, man. We doubled down on safety. We doubled down on edge/linebacker.
But just to go in on a little bit of a deeper level, how, if you can explain this to me, at least speaking geographically as an outsider, is Atlanta afraid of success? Like, we shored up where we need to shore up, and you're still complaining. Make it make sense to me, guys. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Yes, let me just be clear. Yes, they are afraid of success. They are. They want success their way. If they have success, it's not going to be their way. They don't like it if it's not their way. So they are afraid of success.
Yeah, I feel like you're right. From what I've seen, at least, it just, everybody's got to be so nihilistic all the time. There doesn't seem to be much optimism, and I can understand. Yeah, we've had some bad seasons. I'm going to sit here with the rest of y'all and say, yeah, 2083 felt like shit, because it did. But at the end of the day, if you're not able to sit and look back, take a breath, and see the vision at this point, like, then I don't really know how much better to explain it at this point. Like, all you're gonna have to do is wait and see what happens at training camp, and that'll prove what we've been saying this whole time. These last sort of 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Remember, this was a fan base that was complaining that we were 6-3, and they was complaining how we were winning at one point in time when we was like, it's crazy. So it's like, I'm upset that we're winning. We didn't win by a touchdown. We just won by a field goal. It's like, it's crazy. So my mindset is, I thought like how y'all mentioned, we sure up where we was lacking at. We got pieces and impactful players that you can plug and play them essentially like right now. Like they have the caliber, the players that we pick with. Like, you go ahead and put them in now if you want, after they get coached up a little bit. But they're ready to go now. And
yeah, 100%. As I said in the comments as well, if you're talking like my dream O-line scenario, I played it out for you. It's Caleb at right tackle, Nelson at right guard, Bergeron kicked over into centre, then Lindstrom at left guard, and Jake at left tackle. I mean, that's a Madden 26 offensive line in anyone's book, and tell me it's not.
You said you'll move Bergeron in the center?
Oh, he ain't gonna do that.
If he can flex there, I would be open to it. If he's cool to take some reps,
Yeah. No, well, I mean, I like Bergeron next to Jake Matthews. I like that look. I'll put somebody else at center. Noozle, he's cool.
I need somebody aggressive, and I just don't. I don't see that aggression from Noozle consistently getting downfield in the run game. So I understand what Will is trying to say there, because I don't know yet with Noozle, but
who said Nelson can't play?
Nelson.
So this big ass.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I like Joshua Gray. Gray is another one of those guys. Like, he can sneak up in there and be that guy that they sign on free agent. So, like, Gwen, another one of those guys. I thought he improved as a center himself. So it's like, we don't know what they're really thinking. Maybe that guy is on the roster and it's not named Noozle.
Yeah, I just feel like I want the guys up front that are going to be dogs and are going to lead that running offense. I mean, I want the guys that are going to be striving and pushing to get that extra few yards to get into that second line and compete. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Did y'all see that article today that came out? They was talking about they had 7 players on this list here. They said starter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
And they said out of the 3 stars that was under these 7 players, Atlanta had 2 of the 3. Mm-hmm. And this is what from PFF, right? I think
yeah, that's right. PFF.
Yeah. I was like, shit.
Yeah, you can't complain at that value. You really can't.
So let me see. Which one, like, with everything that we done shored up, this is called hunger with something to prove. Who do you feel like on our team is hungry with something to prove?
Not a player.
Yeah, who you got? Who you got?
That piece of trash head coach. That's what. Not naming the player. And the head coach, he got something to prove. That Negro he's never done anything excellent. Okay? I'm tired of hearing about what the hell this dude taught me. Oh, he taught me some scheme that I've never seen. Well, did it fucking translate? No, the fuck it didn't. All right, and that shit didn't translate in with the Rams, the Bucks, or the Falcons. So that piece of trash that we got as our head coach, he's trash until he showed me he consistently make the right moves and improve their defense. Until otherwise, you're trash. You're shit. Okay. Motherfucker don't know how to call time out when it's cleared. Oh, you know what? Never mind.
Never mind.
Woosah.
What you got? What you got, Coach? Who do you feel like on our team is hungry with something to prove? They got something to prove, and they hungry.
Player, I'm trying to think of a player. I think Troy is, as long as he can stay healthy. I think that him not being healthy probably killed a lot of his confidence too. So I think he's gonna be the hungry one. But those two new D linemen too, the young boys who didn't get that much playing time. So I think Rook's gonna be, because Grady's gone now. These guys got to prove something. So Rook and Troy, that's my two guys. I think.
What you got, Will? Who you feel like is hungry and got something to prove on the team?
I'm going to agree with Coach. I think Rook, this is his real year to break out. But I'm going to say don't sleep on Braylon Trice either. But what I really and where I want to see the hungers from this coaching staff. As I say, the whole draft class has come down to Jeff Ulbrich. So now if he can't make those guys do what he wants them to do, well, we all know how that's going to end up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and piggyback on what you were saying about the defense. Like now, there's no excuse now, man. There's no excuse now. Like you can't be like, man, we ain't really got no edge, we ain't really got no safeties, we ain't really got no you can't. We ain't got no linebackers. Like we got everything.
It's not on the players, in my opinion. You have a quarterback, you have a backup quarterback that is a veteran guy, so if something happened in Penix, he can come in and fill in well. Like there's no excuses for Mr. Raheem the Dream or whatever you want to call him. Ain't no excuse. He got everything he wants offensively and defensively. You got a kicker in Koo. When he's healthy, he's arguably one of the better kickers in the NFL. Ain't got no excuse whatsoever. None.
Swag said Kyle Pitts got something to prove.
Do we?
No, he don't. You want him to prove something? That's a personal take. Y'all don't put that on that man. That man is a Pro Bowler. You make it to the Pro Bowl, you already showing that you have that potential. He don't have to do anything. You got to make sure that we have the same damn quarterback lining up, throwing him the damn ball. He done had 4 of them the last couple of years or so. Like how he got something to prove? We changing quarterback like I was trading socks and drawers.
Yeah, 100%. I said that, made this point a couple of weeks ago on the chat. Yeah, he's 6'6", 245. We have 4'4", 840, which is freakishly impressive. But if you've got no consistency behind you, then it doesn't really matter what you can do on a singular basis. You know what I mean? It's a team game at the end of the day.
Give the man 7 passes. You give him 7 passes, the Falcons have a good winning percentage. God damn. 7 times, and if you catch 4 of those, 9 or 10 times you win. I'm just saying.
Pretty much. He said, Pam said Kyle Pitts need to step up for their quarterback 100%. See, a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of people that look at Kyle Pitts, sometimes they look at Kyle Pitts for his fantasy football. His fantasy football. You know what I'm saying? They don't look at the fact that his consistency, like you said, is predicated on the quarterbacks. But if you look at his numbers, he still was a top tight end. It's not like we don't use. People think we use tight ends like Kansas City uses tight ends,
like Arthur Smith did.
like Arthur Smith did. No, that's not. It's not even how our offense is designed now. We want you to do more blocking schemes for the running back, and then we want to, move the ball gradually. Like I said, my mindset is, and what I've seen in our team is, we're a passing team that can run. In order for us to be that type of team, you got to be able to block. It's one of his, like Kyle Pitts was just getting into a new role of blocking.
Yeah,
so he improved it, but it's something that he's not accustomed to doing. So that's why they'll look for him. They want to see him catch like 7. They want to see him when he was the option in the offense and the only option in the offense when Matt Ryan was throwing to him. That's when he had that breakout rookie season because he was the only option. We had nothing else at the time.
I mean, you can't really tell what he hasn't done on top of it. Like, everybody keep telling me what you want from him. He needs to step up. But what does he need to step up? He stepped up as a pass protector. He's a blocker. He's damn sure improved in the running game. It's like you see what happened when Michael Penix got into the game. He went directly to Pitts, and his numbers slowly and his involvement in the offense started to improve. So it's like you saw all of that with Penix. And then when Kirk Cousins got hurt, that's when the numbers started dwindling down because he had dang near 400 yards in about 5 to 6 games. And he was one of the top tight ends and making big plays before Kirk Cousins. When Kirk Cousins got hurt, that's when you start seeing the numbers dwindle.
Right. Kirk Cousins got colorblind and started throwing to the other team.
And I mean, look at just how much the tight end positions evolved as well. It's not just the scheme, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the days of the basketball type tight ends, the Tony Gonzalez's, the Antonio Gates, the Gronks of the world, that day is almost past. It's almost evolved to a point now where you have to be more than that. You're not just a number 4 receiver. The game's evolved to a much more intricate, well, it's almost regressed and evolved at the same time, if you get me. But it's got to that level where the tight end position's a whole different thing from what it was even 10 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at what happened when you don't get the calls in Kansas City, and arguably one of the best tight ends in the game. Look, it ain't the same. It don't hit the same.
No.
He said MPJ is a real QB like Dan Marino, my favorite quarterback, Gunner. I mean,
he's gonna spread that ball around.
Yeah, with somebody, I like the idea of them having Matt Ryan go ahead and take him up under his wings so he can be that pocket passer that we need. Because he already showed poise. Like MPJ, he already showed poise, man. And
get rid of the ball too fast.
Yeah, that too. Like he has that effortless throw. Yeah, he has that effortless throw. It's like a 2-drop step. It's like how everybody was doing with us in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And for all intents and purposes, they run a pro-style offense at Washington, so he came out pretty ready to go. He was used to that scheme and that pace.
Right. That 2-step, boom, 2-step, 1, 2, 3, boom, go through your progression, 1, 2. Yeah, it was, and it's already out of his hand. So that's what we need. How do y'all feel? Like, who do y'all feel like will be one of our breakout players this year?
AK.
Why you say that? Why you say that? Hold on. Give me the reason why first.
I'm gonna tell you why. See those 2 dogs he just drafted? He wants to play at time.
Okay.
That's why.
Okay.
Shit, they can't replace me. Yeah, exactly, man.
Okay.
That's his contract year. So yeah, he got to do something.
Okay. What you got, Mike? Or Will?
Go ahead, Will.
I've got Pitts for maybe 1,300 yards. I feel like they've established that connection off the field. I see them jumping around in the sand frivolously, and that's good for what it is. But it's more about bonding and how much you've got each other on the field. You get me? So I know that they're establishing that camaraderie.
You talk about Drake. Did he say Drake?
Yeah.
Drake need to get 1,005 because we don't really pay him that much money. I'm just playing.
Yeah.
I'm just playing. Ooh, but he could be high. He'd be high.
Who you think on
I
how
don't know.
breakout this year?
I'm gonna say oh man. I'm gonna say Troy Anderson, man. I think Troy, man, this defense could be really special if we keep him healthy and him being able to do what he can do. Like this dude you can put him on the edge, you can put him in the middle of the defense, and he can do some amazing things athletically. So if I can get him, I think this defense will be special with Troy Anderson in that middle. Because now you can play with Caden Ellis. Now you can play with Walker. Now you can play with Pierce. Now you can play with AK. And them guys gonna love that because they don't have to worry about being in the middle because we got the guy in the middle doing his thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and one more thing that I seen just in the chat there as well. How do you guys feel about the Steelers cutting for former third-round pick Kentavious Street? More of that sort of in the middle sort of archetype of guy. Have you guys had a chance to look into him yet?
Or the guy they just cut the other day?
Yeah. Kentavious Street, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
No, it ain't Street. Street's on the team already. What's his kid name?
I can't remember. Name?
Yeah, the kid from Pittsburgh.
No, I didn't see that.
The name's gone. I should just share them last night as well.
Is it what?
This is what happened when you get old kids. if you can help an old man, drop it in the chat. That's it.
Yeah, my TV's out.
That's it. Thank you, sir.
I just had to go on the computer and find it.
Okay, yeah. No, I'll take a peek see it. I didn't even know that.
He's playing a lot of games, man. He ain't like, Yeah, so they're getting cheaper.
Okay. I honestly feel like I want to put it on our defensive front as far as getting pressure. I think they're gonna have a breakout. I think they set the standard and the ideals of what they want their team to be by cutting a Grady Jarrett that didn't get us the production for the price that we was paying. And then they put role players in position to get said pressure, and they drafted to get said pressure. And then not only with that bringing back people that were good on our team that know the direction or the schemes that we was going for. Like we run that coverage. So all the people that you look at, like our safeties, our cornerbacks, they're running that coverage style zone type defense. So when them dogs, like I said, them Cane Corsos get them moving in up front, I think that's what we're going to improve on. We're going to see that we're not going to be the last team getting pressure on the quarterbacks or pushing up the middle or collapsing the pocket. I think that was one of the things that we really shored up. And then you already know how it goes when you apply pressure and you get the quarterback to throwing fast. They try to throw to get the ball out of there, and then we got the opportunistic safeties and Bates, them ball hawks, and they're gonna be jumping routes or popping the ball up for the other team or pass deflections and stuff like that. So I feel like I said, our defense is what's going to improve tremendously, not just by on paper. We're going to see that in action, and I mean, regardless of what the fans think, I think that our team is moving in the right direction, man. Like I said, because at one point in time, I didn't feel like we was on a win now type mindset, but after this drive, I feel like we're on a win now. After giving up, because like Blackberry mentioned it before, like sometimes you got to give up everything to get the things that you need right now. Luckily for us, a lot of people we got came in the undrafted, but the picks that we did pick, they was all splash picks, all good players that impactful players. And like you said, he hit on every all 5 picks was a great pick. We're in the Q&A
Yep.
section. Q&A section right now. So anybody got some questions for the squad?
And before you all launch into that, I'm just going to backpack on something you said and backtrack a little bit as well. What you said about leading from the front, I feel like that applies to both the offensive and defensive line. As I said earlier, I feel like that's why I like the idea of Jack Nelson playing more right guard, because that puts two 6.5-foot monsters on your QB's blind side. And you remember that Penix is a lefty, so the field is flipped. So the right would be his blind side. So I feel like if we get the guys in position who need to be there, the guys who are going to have that dog mentality and have the size and the attitude to enforce that, I think once we get our guys in place, but we're definitely making the right steps. I don't feel like that can be disputed. But I feel like there's one or two positions. Center's a big one, as me and Mike were saying earlier. But I'd say we're 90% of the way there. So I don't see why this isn't I'm giving this team maybe a 12-win ceiling this year. I think that's doable, even with the strength of schedule we have.
Okay. Mike, you want to answer this question? What you think we're going to do with Tyler Algier?
Trade his ass. His ass about to be gone. When he got no money for his ass. We didn't draft a running back this year. His ass gone. We got one in Jason Kelly.
What do you think? What do you see like a trade target?
I don't know if he'll be traded. Just kidding with that, but like it could be traded. It could be just letting him walk because for one, we got to play ball with his agent. We don't know what his agent is thinking. His agent probably saying, "Look, I can get you $50 million." You know what I'm saying? We don't know any of that, so it's like we have to, especially when the guy isn't Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson is the guy. So if he try to try any funny business with this Atlanta Falcons team, like they don't have to keep him. They got Bijan. You can draft a replacement. I mean, his replacement probably already on the team, as far as we know. And you have a quarterback in Michael Penix. Like I believe this Atlanta Falcons team is going to be a little bit more like the Kansas City offense, where we rely on quick passes and utilize our tight ends, wide receivers, and these screens and RPO concepts and all that. Like, so we're not bound by a running back like that anymore.
Okay. Coach, you got something to say about
I was
Algier?
agree with what Mike's saying, because what they may do also, because the trade deadline is in November. I'm sure there's gonna be a running back getting hurt somewhere, and that could be cause filled for Tyler Algier.
Okay.
You probably can get it during the season. Desperate teams, they may give up a second round pick for Tyler, especially if he's being very productive. So,
Okay. He said, St. Clair said, do you think anyone else in the NFC improved their team this draft?
not those stinks.
Not this.
No.
I mean, I like the wide receiver that Tampa Bay picked up from Buka, or what's his name? Yeah, him. I like him, but I don't really care about their squads. I need them all to lose. I don't care. Like,
600 pounds.
so,
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's to that. Like from what I've seen, I don't think the Saints, when they 12 quarterback, they trying to keep. I don't know what they doing. Carolina, they still don't have offensive linemen. So I don't think. But maybe Tampa Bay, maybe them.
yeah, that's it.
It's supposed to be something.
Yeah. Carolina made one nice pick. Like, I'm pretty sure they got Ted McMillan, which is a damn good pick. Gives Bryce Young a hell of a weapon, but if you've got no offensive line, he's not going to have the time to get it off to that kid and let him run.
Yeah,
It's not going to happen. And if we're building this pressure so much, he's not going to get the ball off against us either.
nah. Gonna be like how Young was in Carolina, man. They thought he was a golden child and he didn't do nothing. Then they sat him down because he didn't have an O-line to protect him. So, what about a package deal for him and Kurt?
Who? Tyler and Kirk?
Hell no. Hell no. We're not putting Tyler out here with that piece of trash. No. Let him be in the dumpster by himself. Let him go by himself. Nope.
What they say about that? I don't know what they said about them.
What has Tyler done to deserve that association anyway? What has he done in your mind? How has he hurt you, boy? Show me. Show me where he hurt you.
She said, "Show me on the door."
It ain't that we want Tyler Anthony to go, but this is a business. You got to think about it. You got Bijan. Bijan's going to be your main running back, no matter what you say. And I think Jason McKellar can do some of the same thing Tyler can do. You notice at the end of the season, Jason McKellar was running the ball a little bit more. So he was auditioning, and he did well. He didn't have a lot of opportunities, but he did well when he had opportunity to run the ball. So
if we can keep him for what the Detroit Lions did with David Montgomery, pay him maybe $10 million because David Montgomery is not making that much money. Like if we can do that, then yeah. But I doubt Tyler Algier is trying to stay with the Falcons as a valuable running back for less than $10 million guaranteed. It ain't happening, y'all. And like I said, I can be wrong, but I don't think Tyler that stupid.
Somebody said,
"Yeah, no, 100%. Money talks, doesn't it?" I don't think he's, as much as he might love being a Falcon and we love to have him, that it's a business decision at the end of the day, and bro's going to get paid one way or the other.
This
He's
question,
going to get his money.
right? This question right here is like, if we win 10 games, do you consider it a good year?
yeah,
I'm gonna say this. People didn't feel like last season was a good year, but we got out of that 7-10 slump.
We did. As long as he improved defensively, I'm good. If he doesn't improve defensively, it's not a good year for him. Good year for the Falcons, but not Raheem. I'm not letting Raheem off the hook until he shows me that he can build a defense that is respectable. I'm tired of getting interceptions. All right, we had interceptions. We have turnover before, and our defense is still ranked 25. All right, and I'm talking about the Super Bowl year. So I'm tired of saying that 20 dead last. We need to improve defensively. That's all I care about at this point.
Right. I'm gonna say this. How does that 2016 team compare to this team? Like just by the personnel, we know they still.
This team here could be every bit as deep, possibly even deeper. As I said to you before, I feel like we've not been this deep in a minute. When's the last time you've seen a Falcons defense that can run 3-4, 4-3, 3-5, and 4-4 options just because we have a front 12, front 13 now? We are so deep in personnel that the options that are going to present themselves over the course of training camp, there's going to have to be some really difficult cuts, I feel.
Yeah,
and also, guys, go ahead.
Hold on, I was about to get into the cuts too, but go ahead.
I was saying that the problem we had in that Super Bowl is we had no depth for people rushing the passer. We got that now.
Yes.
If we had depth rushing that passer, those guys wouldn't have got tired so fast. Now we can rotate, send people from different directions. So that's a plus. So.
Okay. So when it comes to cuts, if on offense or defense, like what do you see us just by on the paper? We ain't seen these guys. We ain't seen how they mesh. We ain't seen how they scheme. Like if it fits, if it don't fit, just by on the paper. Like if you see yourself building this team with what we have, and you had to cut some people, which people will you feel like, okay, I want this person instead of that person?
You want that person gone?
Yeah, like even if they could be pushed to the practice squad, some people can be pushed to the practice squad,
but they got to survive it.
Yeah.
I'm getting rid of Ray Magoof. First. Ray Magoo got to go. I'm tired of having heart attacks when he had the ball in his hand. That boy
Plus,
was
there's a man by the name of Nick Nash coming for that spot. I think Ray is out, and I think he knows his days are numbered.
Now we talking, Will.
Mm-hmm. You know what, sir?
We picked up some we picked up a lot of guys that can play that slot.
That slot.
We picked a lot of them.
Yeah.
You got Philip Dorsett that's still there, who can play that slot. Drummond can play the slot. Little Jamal Agnew, who's gonna be the returner, he can play that slot.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think Nash. I think Nash is like a. I think he's like a. He can be the 2.
he ain't gonna be no 2.
You could be, but you picture that's some good size out of the slot. 6'3", 205, you know.
But I like Mooney on the outside too. I like Mooney, but I can see a Kyle Pitts, Mooney, Drake, and Nash. I can see that. And a Bijan. That's nasty.
Listen. Yep.
What you got?
I'm gonna leave it there. I ain't gonna say that.
What you got?
No, I like Nick Nash. If it came down to it, we had another pick in the 7th round. We had 242. That's probably I would have took with Nick Nash. He was always on my radar. He's always been in my late picks for my draft. But y'all got to remember, we still got Casey Washington on this team. We still got that kid. Chris Blair, we know how he looked good against in preseason with Micah Penix. We know those guys have a connection right there.
Okay.
Nick got to work his way. We're not going to carry with 6 wide receivers, guys. Maybe Ray-Ray's out. But we only carrying 6. Agnew's on the team, guys. Agnew's going to be your return as long as he can stay healthy.
Okay.
So it's, I don't know, man. we got 14 wide receivers on this roster right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got to see how this thing play out. But I know 2 of them on the team. I know 3 of them on the team, maybe 4. That's Mooney, London, Hodge, and Washington. If possible, Ray. I'm not sure. So it's
so a battle between Ray and Nash. Just based off of film, we seen Ray play. You know, he came up with some big catches, and you know, some catches he didn't come up with. So I mean, he's a small guy, but he gets lost in the defense a lot of the times too. Would you rather have Ray or the 6? Well, how tall Nash? Like 6'5", 6'4"? You would rather have him?
Yeah, 6'3", 205. He looks real nice on a size basis alone. But as you see, he's that kind of inside-outside guy. He's a huge slot, but he's probably got the speed to do well outside as well. So I'm saying he could well compete to be WR2. But I would not. That would not shock me at all.
I think Nash is like a next man up type guy. Like when Mooney take a little nick or something to get hurt or injured or something like that. I see Nash coming in and give some reps when he's tired. But I feel like if he balls out, he's gonna be, man. I think he's gonna take a Ray spot though. I think short size alone, because they're gonna put him in situations where his size and his catch radius and his athleticism is all gonna play in his best interest. It's just
it's not a fun offense to play DB against. I mean, if you've got Nash out there at 6'3", Drake's a good 6'4", Kyle's 6'6". That's not fun to defend when you're a 5'10", 5'11" safety.
Right. I think what we always talked about when we had Mac Hollins and all those guys, we were talking about, oh, they got size. I think we're still sticking to that. They don't need to be burners. They need to be possession receivers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how everybody is. Everybody's like a possession receiver. You know, Drake London is like a possession receiver. He's not somebody that's going to burn you, but he'll catch it and like have those unbelievable catches in the possession. Kyle Pitts,
100%.
Kyle Pitts, he's a possession tight end. But he'll burn. He won't burn past you, but he'll get the yardage after he get the catch. He's strong enough to get miss the first two tackles and he gone. Yeah. How about on defense? We got a lot of DBs. We got that room's big. Like we already know the line. The line is. Let's start with the line first. The defensive line. Everybody that's there. The Foxes, the Floyds, and we got the Braylons. We got the Brooks. Who we letting ride? Who we letting go? Like who we keeping? Who we putting on practice squad? What we got?
You guys got 3 hours till we break this down.
I would probably say a guy like DeMarco Helms is gone. Yeah, I think he's clearly out of here with the guy they just brought in. Who that, Coach? Coach, I don't know. Can't hear you.
Coach, you muted?
No, he's not muted. Yeah.
You might have to go back out. Come back in. But yeah, I can see Helen. I can see Helen's gone. I can see. Do we still got Malone?
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
I can like AK. I can see his time being downgraded just because if he doesn't do anything spectacular, but he had a sneaky good. He had a sneaky good season last year. Like I think he was the one who had the most sacks. If I'm not
right,
mistaken. Yeah. So.
I agree with John down in the chat. I feel like David Onyemata's on some thin ice too.
Yeah, I was gonna get the David.
I don't know about Onyemata. You gotta have a vet there, man.
I'm about to say he's a vet.
He don't live on the team like that.
He's a vet. Yeah, he's a vet.
Good question. We have all these these edge rushers, right? We got Walker, advocating. Trice, Malone, Floyd, Pierce, and we got this other key name, Khalid Kareem. Out of those outside linebackers that they have right there, who's playing special team?
JD Bertrand, Malone.
Is Malone gonna make the team?
Yeah, if he's on the team. But I think they're gonna have a lot of safeties for the most part. That's
why I'm about to say Malone. That's why I was like, we still got Malone. I ain't know.
It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
I don't know the one who's making these cuts.
Somebody gonna retire and sit down for 2 years and then come back. Goldman. They gonna do the Goldman. They gonna be like, I'm retiring. Then 2 years later, then come back like I'm ready to play.
Big
Eddie. Yeah. Hey, you might sit somebody down and just pay them a couple of dollars. Sit down. Hey, man, sit down and just sit down. Enjoy yourself. Take a little.
Yeah.
But somebody's gonna go on the injury. Somebody's going on the injured list.
Yeah.
And put behind them on that practice squad. That thing. Who is going to be? Don't know.
He said Nick Nash about to make this team. I don't doubt it.
Undrafted? Push.
I believe it.
I can see he can. I'm not saying he can't, but man. I mean, he got to come in this camp. He got to be starving. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he got to be starving.
I believe it. What about this new quarterback we had signed? I don't know too much about him. What can y'all tell me about him?
Yeah, Easton Stick. I haven't seen that much film on him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me either.
He's the stick man.
I mean, he's a guy that comes in and it's like he's not gonna blow you away with his arm, and like he knows where to go and how to get the ball into his game, his player's hands. So it's like it's not like he's not gonna blow you.
And he's from the same school that Carson went to at North Dakota State. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that means he has a national championship in this belt.
He said he's trash.
Another name we forgot for the wide receiver room as well. Kadaro Hodge is still on the roster.
Yeah, Kadar's he's on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
At North Dakota State.
That's what happens. People always say he trash when they haven't done any homework. He actually had pretty good numbers, to be honest.
Yeah, he did.
Okay. All right. Any more questions before we get up out of here? Any of y'all have any questions for us to answer on the panel? Like anything, any thoughts, anything?
Not too much.
All right, I'm excited, y'all. Like I was excited before, but I was like after this, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm ready to see what they're gonna be doing in the yeah. Ready to see what they're gonna be doing.
And you're gonna say some bullshit like, get your ass up out of here, Swag. We gonna talk about Eastern Stick trash and then keep that put bull crap. Wait, what's wrong with you, boy? That ain't no damn Swag. You need to change your damn man. So Savannah's stupid, okay? Gonna keep talking about him. We paying him man $30 million to sit on the damn bench. You want to keep it's about winning. Man, shut up. It ain't about no damn winning. You trying to build a team like it's goddamn Madden or something. Want to keep a $20, $30 million quarterback on the damn bench talking about it's about winning. He don't even want to be here.
And once Kurt was out, how many did we actually win? Because it feels like there was few of them.
It's about winning. But look, that motherfucker threw about 10 interceptions. You still, oh boy, oh Jesus Christ.
That's 14.
Sometimes when a person don't want to be here, my guy was like, duh, but let me explain something, my guy. When a person don't want to be somewhere, like you working with somebody at a job and they don't want to be there, they're not gonna do the work. They're gonna make your job more harder than making it easier. They're gonna bring down the morale. They'll do all that stuff. All that locker room presence gonna be off. Then they're gonna be looking at the coaches like, whoa, y'all ain't making a decision on this dude. So yeah, it's almost to a point. Just get rid of him, my guys. That's the best option. Just get rid of him.
We can't get rid of him. We're gonna make his ass suffer. Get your ass right there and suffer.
I'm not opposed.
You already get paid. You already get paid. Just sit your ass there and get paid and don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Don't even dress up.
Your number has been revoked.
Don't even dress up. Just sit there. Come out with the team. Ride with the team. Don't dress up. You always in the hurt. Undressed player.
Hey, we'll put him on the injured list. He's injured.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man. You said fired Jeff. For what, bro?
He don't know. Hey, look, they are here trying to prove hire somebody because his son paid the trick. Look, y'all probably up here doing stuff in Facebook groups the same.
These are the same one that laugh at nephew telling people telling them they damn houses on fire and shit. No. I'm good.
Come out with split.
Now I'm gonna bless all y'all. Y'all know that thought that shit was funny. I know y'all did. Don't play that game.
Look,
I'm gonna go back and look like he was happy.
Oh well, that's what pranks for to make you feel like you're happy.
Yeah. Oh no, man.
But hey, listen though. Like I said, he told me the truth. You gotta wait a little bit longer.
He did.
Exactly. That's my point. He waited.
So it really wasn't a prank. He was just giving him insight. Is what
He had the upper hand. It's the wrong team.
I was just giving you insight, my guy. I gave you the inside trick. Oh man.
So man, that wasn't right. Man,
but this is also I don't believe nothing these fans be saying either, because this is the same people that felt like we overpaid Bates, and then this man was just catching interceptions crazy. Yeah. So it's like, and I love Bates because my other team, if those who don't know, is I like the Bengals. It's one of my teams. I like Orange, I like Tigers. My God, that's just what it was. Now I already followed Bates before. I thought we were going to get T. Higgins, to be real with you. If he was gonna get gone, I thought we were gonna look at him. We don't need him.
He cost too much money.
He cost too much money. He don't cost. I mean, he know the Deshaun Jackson money with the Browns. With they got 6 like quarterbacks man on that squad.
But Shadour's there. They're gonna change.
What that mean?
Wow. Just for one trick play with a QB's in every skill position. That would be fun.
I hate to say this. This is the best thing for that kid. I hate to say that's the best thing for him. So now he has to go out there and prove himself that he's that man.
He got to work.
Yep. I agree,
that's
Coach.
The best thing for him. Because I can't say he's uncoached. To me, I've heard some stuff that happened in one of the interviews when you doing stuff like that in the interview. Bro, this is a job. This is $1 million. These people finna be paid. You go in there. To me, this is me personally. That's being uncoachable to me. A player like that, because only whoever coached him, his dad, nobody else.
Yep.
From little league until he's a grown ass man, his daddy coached him. So
you gotta be able to bend to their rules. Like I said, this is a job at the end of the day, and you gotta go in and humble yourself and do things that they like to do.
Playing with your watch and shit. Do that. I'm cool with that. It's pissing me off every time I think about it.
Talking about a coach that's saying that to himself. So picture how those guys are feeling while they're watching him do that type of stuff.
Like, get the fuck out of here. That's what I want to do.
And that's what I talked about on my show. Like that's what I talked about earlier. It's like we can't just go in and do things the way that you want with somebody else's team, squad. Like I said, these guys put in work to even be there. And like if you coming in and their establishment and their team they work for, smacking your teeth and doing all that type of stuff, like, bro, like, nah. Of course they're gonna do you like that. It goes both ways. Your daddy earned his way. You didn't.
Bingo. You ain't even there yet.
Yeah, you're a whole nother dude.
All right. Do y'all have any last thoughts before we get out of here?
Yes. A joke is just a joke. You can take it or you can leave it.
It's a bit overblown.
Yeah.
Like, this got to relax, man. It's like, I'm all for having fun. You know, it's a time and place for it, but like at the end of the day, it ain't like that man just went up into it.
He didn't do it. It was his child. Well, he shouldn't have let that laptop wide open, but that's
he should.
But
like I said, it's a whole lot of wrong and a whole lot of overblown.
No, their son gets slapped in.
Right.
That's gonna be steel choker.
That's how I feel, Coach. A whole lot of wrong and a whole lot of overblown. And just keep like that. So that's all I got. That's all I got, man.
Now I got a question for y'all.
Okay.
What if this was Tyler Slaughter that got pranked? Would this news be big?
Man, hell no. Ain't nobody care. Nobody cares.
That's what I'm saying.
Not the one who throwing the ball into the ground. That's him, right?
He got drafted before Shador. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. No matter what
Why
it
didn't
is.
Dallas drafted him?
Yeah, I thought Dallas was gonna get him.
That's one of the teams his daddy wanted him to go to. Why did New York didn't get him? So that's why he screwed up in the interview at, supposedly.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, it's not a whole lot of wrong and a whole lot of overblown. And like I said, Shador is not in this.
100%. I feel like it is self-inflicted to a degree as well. You need to carry yourself. Well, as you say, it's the building's built. You're just walking in now,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
so to speak.
Yeah,
All
be
right.
all right. I actually hope he succeeds. I'm thinking seriously. I actually hope he succeeds.
All right.
We get to sack his ass.
All right. Where they can find you at, Will?
Well, you can find me on X. I'll be plugging away with the boys. So you'll find me on AFN helping the boys out. Just show your love to Coach Unchained, Mad Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation. You know what to do. Lochness Podcast, Home Team with Blackberry. Show all the creators some love. In the meantime, just keep it real. Let's not panic too much. I know the Falcons fans' tendency to freak out, but we're here. Just if it gets too much, you can just message us.
Right. What you got, Coach?
Coach Unchained on everything, man. I should be doing a video coming out, but then I'll probably be live on Friday. So.
Uh-huh. All right. Mike, the villain.
We will be live tomorrow on the Heavy Hitters, myself, Jude Talk Sports, and the Don himself, 6-man K-Styles, doing our recap. But it's the Heavy Hitters on the Heavy Hitters live show. You can check us out there. Like I said, man, it's football season. I met my quota and I'm happy. I ain't gotta do shit else.
You already know this your buddy Lochness, man, from the Lochness Podcast. Man, you know, I mean, I'm gonna start, like I said, I'm gonna start bombarding myself and just start appearing on people's shows, just cause I just want to see what happens when I just come in. But I appreciate everybody for stopping by, man, hanging out with me. Man. I appreciate it. Coming through. And I took over the Lady Birds time and slided my own time at the same time. So it's always a pleasure. Hey man, like I said, we lit, we live, we out here, man. Always represent the home team with AFN, the Falcon Nation. Man, Mike, you know what I'm saying? You know, K-Styles. Shout out to K-Styles, what he going through. Hey. And check out everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, share the content. Man, we here, man, for this Atlanta Falcons organization, man. I'm excited about what they did. So at the end of the day, man, I feel like we're gonna improve by building the team the right way. Just building the team the right way. So, hey man, peace out.
Peace.